All right, in this video, we're going to talk about trips to the library. So when Corey was between 2 months and 24 months, I would take him weekly to the library for Mommy and Me programs. And I talked about this before in another video, but it's where the librarian, she will read books and sing songs to babies and toddlers. Right now, I can't do it because I do work a full-time job and my schedule has changed, but I still take Corey to the library in the evenings and also on weekends, usually weekly. And so at the end of these Mommy and Me programs, the librarian, she would have a uh, big selection of books that mommies could take home and check out for their children. So I would usually take two at first, and then I would wait around until all the other mommies got the books that they want, and then I would take what was left. And usually I would take around probably 25 books that were left. And I always wondered, why are the other moms just taking two books? Because I thought that this was just great exposure, word exposure for Corey, and then I wouldn't have to keep going back to the library and renewing these same books. So, and I also thought it was just a great way to save me time because I didn't have to research all these children's books. So if you don't have Mommy and Me programs at your library, you can use your librarian as a resource for book suggestions. And they also have list of books that are age appropriate for your child. And you can also make an appointment with the librarian, and he or she will show you how to use the database or catalog, how to search it for books on various topics and just things that you or your child may be interested in. And another resource that I use, I call it the new book list, what is called Wowbrary. And basically what it is this every Saturday morning I get an email around 12:30 a.m. and it gives a list of books that my library has received for that week. So what I'll do is I'll look through the list, I'll look for children's books, and I'll put those books on hold for Corey, and I'll look at books for myself, and I'll put those books on hold. And then what happens is they are reserved at the library for me, and all I have to do is just go on a bookshelf with my library card number on it and check it out. And that's also a great time saver for me. And then also, you know what, let me do this. I'm going to show you the Wowbrary, the email that I usually get. So I'm going to disappear here. So here is the Wowbrary here. And you see all these topics or categories here for the books. And I usually just click on children's books here. And you can see, all these books that they have gotten for this week. And I'll just click through them and borrow them. I'll input my library card in and I can check out those books. And then also, let me just show you one other thing. If you don't have the Wowbrary, you can sign up for it. And let me see if I can get that here. Let's see. So let's just do this. Let's go to wowbrary.org. And this shows up here, and I'll just you can put in your zip code. I'll just put in a random zip code and go. And you see here, you can click on your library here, put in your email address, and click submit, and you will start getting these emails as well. So this is just a great way to save you time. If you can't go to the library weekly to research books, maybe you can, stop in and pick up the books that you put on hold and take them home. So that's another way that you can just access a variety of books for your child. Also, libraries tend to have a program is called Interlibrary Loan, and you can use this program when your library doesn't have a certain book that you want. You can ask them to borrow that book from another library, and just call your library just to see if they do have that program. And just in general, the library is just in my opinion, the greatest resource for exposing your child to new words and to getting your child to read. And it's also great for the budget because the books are free. Now, the only thing you have to worry about is returning your books on time. But if you can't, and I think I mentioned this in another video, you can call the library and see if they can extend your due date. I've done that many times. or just return your books on time. And then you can also renew the books on the phone and online as well. And with our library, we can renew the books for, I think it's 3 times, and we can keep them up to 3 weeks. So I have about 9 weeks that I could keep a library book unless someone else has a hold on it, and then I definitely have to return that book. So those are just some tips for the library, and I will see you in the next video.